Croissant up to the extended play PSN sale. I found some really cool games that can save you nearly £380. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a good deal again. You're welcome here anytime. Let's look at the games. First up is Batman Arkham Collection. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and is on a 70% discount for the price of £40.99, which is really great, especially for so many AAA games, as this collection includes 3 full AAA Batman games, with all of the DLC included, and the first were even remastered, so it's a really good collection and a great trilogy of games if you haven't played them yet. In these third-person action-adventure games, you'll be playing the Dark Knight, fighting on a host of classical villains across 3 full AAA games set in Arkham Asylum and Gotham City. It features tons of Batman gadgets and vehicles, with an awesome combat system and a great story as well. If you're a superhero fan, especially a Batman fan, you'll love these games, so if you haven't played them, you should definitely pick them up. It's great value, and they're really awesome games. You'll really enjoy them, I promise. And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, this is a great place to start, apart from the fact that you're buying 3 games, so there's a big risk to take if you don't end up liking them. But hey, if you like open world action games, or third-person action games in general, you might really enjoy these games. You probably wouldn't, only if you don't like superheroes, which is a bit odd these days, but you never know. In any case, if you like the sound of them, check them out. They're well worth looking at. Our next game is Black Clover Quartet Knights Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and is on an 85% discount for the low price of £7.94, which is really good, as this edition includes the season pass of 3 content packs worth over £12. So you are getting some extra content thrown in as well. This game is based on the popular anime and manga, featuring an exclusive story not featured in either, so fans of the show will love this. In this game you play as Astra, with his friends who take part in 4v4 team battles, where you get to play as a fighter, healer, support, or ranged, working together to win the battles. This seems like a pretty obscure game, so if you're not a fan of Black Clover, then you probably don't want to pick it up, and want to look at something else in the sale instead. Next up is my star by Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition Duke Nukem Bundle. It was released in 2017, but it's 5 years old, and on a 92% discount for the price of £4.69, which is the cheapest I've seen it, and a fantastic deal for such a great game. This bundle includes all of the existing add-ons, plus brand new content for the edition, and a new campaign mode with Duke Nukem, including audio recorded by the original Duke Nukem voice artist. So if you're a fan of great shooters and Duke Nukem, you'll love this bundle really well. In this first-person shooter, Grayson Hunt's blind desire for vengeance gets him and his crew stranded on Stygia, and now he faces a difficult decision, either to survive and get his team to the planet, or seek revenge on a commander who betrayed him years ago. This game features a really cool and unique skill shot scoring system for the single-player campaign, which makes a ton of fun as you find new and interesting ways to kill people and rack up a huge combo score. It's really different, unique, and pretty cool. Plus it all includes 30 competitive score challenges and 12 co-op multiplayer maps as well. So there's a ton of additional content included on top of the bundle, which is brilliant. If you're a fan of old school shooters, which are all about cool guns, action, and a lot of fun, then you'll really enjoy this. It's a really good single-player AAA first-person shooter. So if you like the sound of that, or you're just a big Duke Nukem fan, then definitely take a look at this game. It's a ton of fun, and Duke Nukem is a cherry on a really good cake. And hey, if you've never played an old school shooter like this before, then definitely take a look at this one. It's a really good AAA one, with a ton of content and extras thrown in, plus Duke Nukem. It'll probably be the most fun game you've played in ages. All hail the Duke, check this game out, my star by. It's well worth your time, I promise. We have a fighter next, Injustice Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition. It was released in 2013, so it's 9 years old, and is on an 87% discount for the price of £6.49, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a fantastic deal for such a good AAA fighting game. Especially as this edition includes 6 extra characters of Batgirl, Lobo, Martian Manhunter, Zatanna, General Zod, and Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, plus over 30 skins and 60 Starlab missions as well, so you do get a fair bit of extra content on top of the extra characters as well, which is great. This game is based on the Injustice comic, set in a world where the good guys didn't always win, and the lines of good and evil have blurred. You must now pick your fighter to battle against friend and foe alike to save or doom everyone. There are a lot of fighter games that have franchises attached to them, and they're not great games, and they rely on the franchise to sell them. This isn't one of them. This fighter game is featured in many tournaments, including EVO, so you know it's legit, and it's a really good game. If you're a fan of fighting games and you like Injustice, or just generically DC Comics, you'll really enjoy this game, so why not take a look at it? And hey, if you haven't played a fighter before, this is a really good one with a lot of content included. So if you like Injustice or DC Comics and you've always wanted to try a fighter, why not try this one? It's a really good deal and it's a really good game. Next up is One Piece Pirate Warriors 4 Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £13.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal, especially for an anime licensed game, as this edition includes 9 additional characters, and the Charlotte Katakuri early unlock bonus as well, so you do get a fair bit of extra characters for your money. This third-person action game is set in the original One Piece story arc in Wano Country, where you get to gather up the Straw Hat crew and take on a host of dangerous foes and thousands of enemies from the show. This is basically a themed Dynasty Warriors clone, which is great news because I love those games and they're really good. And for anyone that don't know what they are, imagine being in massive battles as a super soldier running around destroying hundreds of soldiers in melee combat. Yeah, it's as cool as it sounds. They're great games. This is a really good themed one of it. So if you like Dynasty Warrior games, hack and slash games, action games, or you're just a big One Piece fan, then definitely take a look at this. You'll really enjoy it. And hey, if you've never played a hack and slash game like this before, the Dynasty Warriors series is brilliant. I love them, and you can get them pretty cheap sometimes. So I wouldn't recommend this one necessarily, but hey, if you're a big One Piece fan, go for it. You'll love it. Shenmue 1 and 2 is our next game. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and is on an 80% discount for the price of £4.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal, especially for 2 full games, as this edition includes both the first games and has an updated user interface, optional modern controls, plus English and Japanese audio as well, so you can play it authentically or not. It's up to you really, the choice is yours. In these third-person RPGs, which is set in the 1980s, you play as Ryo Hazuki, who returns to his father's dojo just in time to witness Lan Di steal a mysterious artifact and murder his father. So Ryo vows to avenge his father and takes off after Lan Di. These games were a big deal back in the day because a lot of the game mechanics in them paved the way for modern RPGs these days. So they were really different, really unique, and people loved them for it. They're not so great these days as they're a bit janky, but hey, they're a classic and they're legendary for a reason. If you like old school open world RPGs, you'll really enjoy these, especially if you played them originally, you'll really like them. But hey, if you haven't played any of these games before, or you haven't played a game like them either, I wouldn't recommend them, because like I said, they are legendary and famous for what they achieved, but these days they are a bit janky, and the gameplay is a bit dated, so you probably won't enjoy them as much as modern games. So stay clear of them, unless you're really interested in playing a bit of gaming history. Our next game is Soulcalibur VI Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and is on an 85% discount for the price of £11.99, which is really good, as this edition includes 5 DLC packs of 5 extra characters and cosmetics, which they say is worth £25 if you buy it separately. But I really don't think so. It's a bit of a con at that price if you ask me. Either way, it's included for free, so that's great. In this game, you get to play the long-running weapon-based fighting series. It features new battle mechanics, a custom character creator, a variety of single-player modes, including a revisit of the first game, and it also includes Geralt from the Witcher series as an extra character, which is pretty cool, especially if you like the games or the TV series or the books. I played the original game of this on PS1, and I really enjoyed it. Back then, it was unusual to have a weapon-based fighting series, especially in that era, and it's been a fantastic fighting series ever since. If you're looking for a 3D fighting game with weapons, this is the game for you. You should definitely take a look at it in that case. And hey, if you've never played a weapon-based fighting game before, then you might want to take a look at it. There's not many of them around, especially 3D ones, and this is a fantastic game to play. If you like fighting games, I'm sure you'll enjoy it, so why not take a look at it? I really like the look of the next game, Strange Brigade Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and is on at least a 90% discount for the price of £6.49 or £3.24 if you've got PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it for PS Plus. So if you have it, that's a great deal, especially as this edition includes the Season Pass, with the new campaign content, playable characters, weapons, items, and amulets. So you get a ton of extra content and the full game experience. In this first-person shooter, Sateki the Witch has risen again, and now you as the Strange Brigade must stop her while exploring ruins, solving puzzles, avoiding traps, fighting the undead, and finding a ton of treasure. And it features 4-player online multiplayer, just like Left 4 Dead, but more modern and with a different aesthetic, which I really like. This is a great game to play with friends. If you've got a group of friends that are all going to buy it together, you'll have a ton of fun, especially if you like the old games like Left 4 Dead. You'll have a lot of fun with this game. Definitely one for friends and parties. And hey, if you've never played a multiplayer game like this before, then this is a really good one, and it's more modern than most of the other alternatives, with really good reviews, a really cool theme, and it looks like a really great game in general. If you've got some friends to play it with, I definitely recommend it. It's a really good game at a really good price. Why not check it out? And the final game I have for you is the Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection. It was released in 2015, so it's 7 years old, although they were PS3 games originally, so they're much older than that really. And they're on a 50% discount for the price of £7.99, which isn't a big discount, but it's a really great price, especially for such amazing AAA games. This collection includes the first 3 Uncharted games, with all of their DLC included, except the multiplayer content. They kicked that out, and it's just a single player, which isn't bad, because that's what you're here for really. In these third-person shooters, you play as Nathan Drake, the descendant of Sir Francis Drake, as you embark on amazing action-packed globe-trotting treasure-hunting adventures, where you get to explore ancient ruins, cities, and temples, as you gunfight your way to unimaginable riches. I absolutely love these games. They're amazing. They're one of my favourite game series, and I can't recommend them highly enough. If you like third-person shooters, if you like games with cool stories, if you like Indiana Jones or Tomb Raider, you'll love this game, and the series, you really will. If you haven't played them, I'd recommend them to anyone. They're essential in my mind if you own a Sony console, so why not check them out? Or we might not be able to be friends anymore. I'm just saying. And hey, if you've never played a game like this before, these are some of the best games ever made in this genre. So if you've got any interest in the genre, or you like it already, or you're even a little bit interested in this series, definitely check it out. I promise you'll have an amazing time, and you'll thank me for it later. Take a look. And that's all the games I have for you for the Extended Play PSN sale. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked the video, and you want to save more money and find some cool games in the future. Anyway, what did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones? Did I pick bad ones? And what about the star buy? Did it deserve it, or should something else have got it instead? Leave all your complaints down in the comments and we can talk about it later. Anyway, I hope you guys found some cool games you're interested in, but more importantly, I hope you guys saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Au revoir.